Alright guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another video. So in this video I'm going to be working on this boat here, and I'm actually filming the intro and the outro on the same day because I've already filmed working on the boat and stuff, and I didn't film an outro or an intro before I started working on it. So I'm going to go ahead and just talk about what I've done to it in the intro, because actually I probably won't even add an outro, it'll just be the end of the video. But I'll go ahead and talk about what I've done to it. So the starter on this boat, I really don't know what was wrong with it. I took it apart and I stuck it back on there, and it really just started working. I don't really know what happened to it. So the starter is working now, because I didn't explain that in the video what happened there. The boat started really good, and then we got it started a couple times, but it wasn't peeing. So I took this lower unit off, which I now have back on. So I took the lower unit off and checked everything there. It all looked good, so I put it back on. But we didn't start or anything for the rest of the video, so you guys will have to come back for part 2 to see that. But as far as in this video, it's just going to be what you're getting ready to see. And yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoy. The water hook to it, and see what we got going over here. We got some noise back there, but it ain't good noise. Yeah, that ain't enough. We need more juice. Alright, so you see the problem here is the starting gear is spinning, but in order for it to be able to come up to crank the motor, it has to, well, can't really grab it now because I poured some oil on it to lube it up. Problem being, this gear has to come up here and lock into the teeth on this in order for it to turn the whole thing. So, for some reason, whatever is down in here that's supposed to push up to engage this, to push up into the teeth up here, is not doing its job. So I believe what I'm going to have to do is take the starter off, take off this cap on it right here, and see what's going on inside there. Alright, so what I'm doing now is taking the starter off, because I think that's where our problem is starting from. Wherever the rest of these starter bolts are, I have no idea. There's something still holding on here, but I don't know where. Alright, so I got the starter off, so what I'm going to do now is take this cap off and see if there's something locked up in here which is causing it to not send whatever shaft is in here to push this up. Alright, so I got the starter out. That's what it looks like right here. And based off how I was just looking down in here, I think I may already see a problem. So I'm not sure what those little pieces are, but I can tell this one right here, one on the bottom, is stuck down in there. And this one over here, well, it's not even on it. And the rest of them kind of look like they're just like sitting on top too. I don't know if they're all supposed to be down in there, how that one was, or what. So I don't know if that could be a problem or not. It may how it be they're supposed to be, because whenever you stick that back down in there, it may push those back down where they're supposed to go. So that may or may not be the problem. But here is the starter. I'm really not sure what's supposed to push this up, so I might have to do some deeper digging here, see what I can figure out. So I've been sitting here fooling with this starter forever, and I got it back together a couple times, but you can see there's a little notch here that it's supposed to line up with over here. And both times that I got it, it wouldn't line up on the top or bottom right for the screw to go through. So I thought it was weird. I actually looked up the serial number on here, and it doesn't even show this starter that matches that serial number. The serial number that's on this starter is a completely different looking starter. I can't find anything with that serial number that matches this starter. So I'm not sure what's going on with this starter. Alright guys, so I'm down here in the shop now. Camera's a little dirty. There we go. I guess I got grease on it earlier. We're down here in the shop now, and I'm actually going to take this little gear right here off, and this spring. Because I seen somebody a minute ago, and they actually just greased this right here, this shaft, and supposedly that was keeping their motor from wanting to engage. However, this actually still feels plenty greased up. I didn't know if maybe it had maybe it's got some corrosion on it and got stuck or what, but it actually still has grease down in there. So that really should not be the problem. However, I might grab some just to stick on there. I got some here somewhere. Alright, so I got some grease here, and this stuff goes a long way, so really we're not going to need much. In fact, I may have actually got too much on there. It'll be fine. It's not going to hurt it. Alright. Alright, so somewhere along the lines, whenever I took this puppy off and was fiddling it and all that, I managed to get it turned upside down. So that's why the screws wouldn't line up. I turned it back the right way, and you'd be amazed how much that actually helped. So now I'm gonna go cut the water on and see if that made any difference. So, spider web. Moment of truth here. Let's yep. Let's see if this is gonna work. Turn on the jumper just to help it. Should turn on. There we go. All right. Let's see if we done anything. We in fact did not. It is still freely spinning and not coming up to engage with the flywheel. Working on the boat quite a bit here lately, and I do have it running, and it starts up really good and everything now. So I think the problem that I'm running into is something to do with this lower unit, because water is coming out like everywhere around this lower unit. Especially there's one little spot right here, water's pouring out of there, so I'm thinking it's not getting enough water up into the motor, because it hasn't been peeing, and finally it just actually started to pee a minute ago. But it's not peeing like a good stream. It's just kind of barely squirting out. So I think it's something to do with this lower unit. So I'm going to take it off, and to say the culprit, it's probably going to be the impeller wheel, because we've had that happen on a couple other boats. So I'm going to go ahead and get this lower unit off. All right, so I got all the bolts out of the lower unit. I think I got all of them, so I guess we'll find out. All right, guys, so I got that lower unit out of there. What it actually was, this right here has a little linkage. I don't know if you can see that little piece right there in front of my finger, but it connects into that with a little pin, and you just gotta get in there just right enough to, well, what you do is actually push this right here forward. That's the shifter linkage. You disconnect it. I just push that forward and it popped right out of there. But I actually did lose a small little cotter pin that goes through that from right here, but we got plenty of cotter pins around here, so I'll find another one. But for now, I believe I'm going to go ahead and start taking this apart and see what that impeller wheel looks like.